Hello, fellow cycling fans, to the preview of Stage 9 of the Tour de France 2024. It is the last stage in the first week of racing, and for the first time we have a gravel stage in the Tour de France on French called Chemin Blanc. From the city of Troyes back to Troyes, some 199 kilometers. But before we look into the profile a bit deeper, let's do a quick recap of stage 8, won by vingegaard in an uphill sprint. He beats Jasper Philipsen to the line. Arno Deli looked to have great speed, but he just couldn't find a way to move up. He finishes in third in front of Ackermann, Maren van den Berg, Ryan Gibbons, Anthony Turgis, Fred Wright, Alex Aramburu, and Remco Evenepoel rounding up the top 10. It was kind of a nervous day. No one wanted to get back in the group as there was a lot of wind, a lot of hills. Only Abrahamsen was in the breakaway all day. He collected a lot of points, so he extends his journey in the polka dot jersey. Congratulations to Jonas Abrahamsen. He must be the fan favorite of this year's tour. Going great. No big changes in the GC as everyone managed to save themselves throughout the day. In the points classifications, however, there was a big change as Matt Pedersen had to withdraw from the race due to his crash on stage 5. Get well soon, Mads, but that means that now Bini Girmay has a commanding lead in front of Philipsen, some 88 points in front of him, so it will be really hard for Philipsen to try and catch Bini, but I'm sure that he will do his best to try and defend his green jersey. The other notable competitors in that classification is of course Arno Deli and Brian Cookard, who is collecting points, but he just can't do it in the finishing sprint. So, as I said, in the KOM, Abrahamsen extends his lead over Pogacar. He now has 13 points in front of him. And in the youth classifications, Remco Evenepoel still leads, as well as Team UAE Emirates lead in the team's classification. So, stage 9, 200 kilometers from Troyes to Troyes. We have 14 gravel sections starting at around 45 kilometers from the start. The first sector is Billigny à Bergère. Then we have our first categorized climb of the day, but be aware that all those gravel sections, at least in the first half of the stage, have some uphill parts. So it will be really interesting to see the main group battle it out. I think it will be really nervous. A lot of guys will drop on the sections that come back with their teammates. It will be nervous on the gravel, but a bit slower, I think, when they get back to tarmac, or rather asphalt. So what can we expect? I expect Team EF to try and attack here. Matthew van der Poel is always a good option on these kind of stages. It's been ages since he won a stage in the Tour de France back in 2021. I think it was his last stage win. So I expect him to do pretty good here. This is his best chance to win a stage. His old rival Wout van Aert will also try to be in the mix, but will he have the obligations to look after Jonas Vingegaard? That will be the main question of the day, I think. This stage probably suits Pogacar and Remco more than it does Roglic and Jonas from the top 4 in the GC, but I'm looking forward to see how their battle will shape up. Then after the first two gravel sections, we have the intermediate sprint in Fontaine, 83.5 kilometers from the start, and then we enter the most important part of tomorrow's stage, sectors 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8, spanning around 40 kilometers from 93rd to 136 kilometers from the start, so some almost 60 kilometers to the finish. And there, I think the decisive move can actually happen. Guys like Bettiol, Ben Healy, after mentioned, Evenepoel, Van Aert, here is the good chance to attack, go away from the bunch. A lot of GC guys will look into each other. They don't want to lose time here. This is not the stage where you can win the tour, but you can for sure lose it. And that is the part of the stage when you can make a move, get in front of the peloton. There will not be a lot of help helpers for the sprinters, if even the sprinters are there. And the last 50 kilometers and last 6 gravel sections are completely flat, so I don't expect some major changes to happen there, and the break has a really good chance to succeed all the way to the finish. These kind of stages, whether they were on pave, on strade bianche, whatever you name it, they tend to go to the breakaway, as those guys can push their maximum, and the GC guys will try to save themselves as much as possible, not to lose time. Maybe they will try something, but only comparable one to another, and not to win the stage. So if we look at the map, we will see that here we start at kilometer 0 near Troyes. We go on this northern road to the east. Then we reach those gravel sections, go back to west. Here is the intermediate sprint in Fonnet. And on this U-turn are those most important gravel sectors: 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. This is really a long one, and then we go back to Troyes on the flat roads. So I think this is a great opportunity for a breakaway. And if we look at the weather, we will see that the weather will be perfect, some 20 degrees, so uh, not hot for summer, ideal for cycling. Some clouds, not a lot of sun, no rain, gentle breeze from southwest, so that means it will be tailwind in the first half of the stage and headwind in the second part. That can maybe be a problem for the breakaway, but if the strong guys are in the breakaway, then I don't expect them to have major problems. Before we move on to Bookmaker's odds, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a preview of a Grand Tour stage ever again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and tell me in the comments who is your pick for tomorrow. And my pick for tomorrow is the same as the bookmakers have it: Mathieu van der Poel at 6. Great odds. This is his kind of terrain, his stage. He's gonna go all out and win it. Other notable favorites are, of course, Jasper Philipsen, Arno Deli, Wout van Aert if it comes to a sprint, Bini Girma as well. Matej Mohoric has to go on the offensive. This is the day for him, as well as Magnus Kort. So Team UnoX again in the breakaway. They are doing their best race and doing everything they can to have a media presence to get as many points as they can. Jasper Stuyven, he's now the leader track sprinter, also great on this kind of terrain. Alberto Bettiol has to go. EF, this is their terrain. They have to go on the attack. Bettiol, Healy, whoever, just go on the attack. Bisekir, Dylan Groenewegen, I think this is probably a too hard stage for him. Soren Kragh Andersen, Tom Pidcock can maybe try. He is now far in the GC, so it will be really interesting to see it. Like I said, my pick for tomorrow, Mathieu van der Poel. Thank you all for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like my video if you like my comments about races. Have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the preview of stage 10. Bye!